Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you guys hear me. Est-ce que vous pouvez m'entendre? This is such a big delay. Oh my god. Damn, it is slow. It is really slow with Chrome. I'm checking on my other computer right there. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you guys hear me. Est-ce que vous pouvez m'entendre? This is such a big delay. This is cool. Sorry, I was checking. Alright, how are you guys doing today? I know it could be better, I guess, for most of them. Donc je sais qu'il y a beaucoup de français, mais j'ai décidé de faire ce live en anglais. Si vous avez des questions en français, j'y répondrai en français, bien évidemment. Let's switch back to English. I was just telling my French friends that if they have questions in French, they can ask me in French and I will answer in French. It's hard when you have like an English and a French following, like you need to decide what to speak. Okay, well, we're here today to do some time-lapse editing. Let me check on my other computer. Time-lapse editing and cleaning today, because I came back from California, so I have so much stuff to do. Cool, it's the first time I'm doing a live, so I had to figure out how to do the screen recording and how to have the little camera right there. I can't even move the box, it's so cool. I can put it right there if I want to. It would be kind of dumb, but 35 people here, that's crazy. I've seen a lot of people doing lives on YouTube, and I was like, why not? Everyone is home right now, so. Okay, I'm checking the chat too. I have the chat and I have to check other stuff. Hello, everyone. Let's say hi real quick to who do we have here? We have Benjamin Lavieux. Hi. Flepsomat Geeks Time-lapse. 58 Berlin. Travel with Jean. Oh, John. What's up? Kevin the Air. Jonah Lumvin. A lot of people here. Jonas. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name the right way. There's a big delay between like what I say and actually. There's like maybe 10-15 seconds. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Let me know. Where are you guys from? Vous venez d'où en France? Where are you guys from in the world? Like, I saw Berlin. I know there's some people from Paris. That's crazy. Felix. Hi, Felix. Time-lapse dreamer from India. That is pretty good, actually. From Pune, India. How is it going in India over there? Sorry, we're not here to talk about the virus, but I mean, it's going on right now, so that's probably why I'm doing a live. I usually never do lives, but I feel like it could be a great idea for you guys. We have Brahim. Hey, guys. Paris, Metz, Morocco. Damn, from all over the world. Republic Czech, Le Mans, India. Oh, Le Mans, it's like an hour from Alger. India, Po, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Nice. That is dope. I hope you guys, like, the French people understand my English. India, Milan, Italy. Hope you guys are okay over there. Alessandro. Turkey, wow. Damn, that's crazy. That's a lot of people. 40 people. I was not expecting that many. Canada. Bruno from Quebec. What's up? Damn, nice community here. Sweden, Boulogne-sur-Mer. A lot of time lapse in self-quarantine period. Yeah, I guess I'm so lucky because I was in California where it started to get bad in the US in general, but California as well starting to get like really bad with the virus, and I flew back to Atlanta just on time. I got lucky with that. So right now I'm just stuck at home for 3 weeks. I've been home for 3 weeks, but you know, it doesn't change a lot for me because when I come back from a trip, usually I have like a lot of work and editing stuff to do between my time lapses and my online classes, my videos, my vlogs. So yeah, I got lucky. Barcelona, Switzerland, and damn, we have like one person from every single country. It's insane. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. I was a little nervous to do that live, but it's actually very fun. I might do like I can try once a week if you guys are interested. So let's do some time lapse editing. This is a time lapse I shot while in LA when I was there. It's a very fast interval. As you can see, it's 1 second, 7.1 shutter speed, 0.5 ISO 400. I know people like settings. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that's why I like having two cameras, for the reason that one camera is shooting day to night and the second one is doing like very fast interval, like at blue hour, golden hour, instead of having 2 day to nights, like one wide, one super zoomed in like I used to do a lot. I have too many day to nights of LA now. We have Startal from Israel. Hello there. So yeah, that's why now my second camera is doing like very fast shutter. I kind of like these movements. You can see it was really windy and I was using like a small tripod, so it is kind of shaky. You can see the palm tree. Can you guys see the palm tree right there? It's like flying. I'm surprised it's still like up like that. But it looks nice. Let's do some editing. So we have keyframes. I usually select 2 or 3 keyframes. I mean, the light is changing a little bit here, so I can do like 2 or 3 keyframes. Even if the light doesn't change a lot, I like to always have 2 or 3 keyframes for the reason that I like to see if, you know, the color correction I have on my first frame works in the middle, works at the end as well. So always 2 or 3 keyframes. Okay, so what do we have next? We have Lightroom. Let's see. Importing the pictures. If you guys have any questions in English, in French, I have the chat right there, so obviously I can answer all your questions, or if you just want to talk, to say whatever you want to say. Can you play the video in your timeline? Yeah, I just did. I mean, I can redo it again. It's just on the other time lapse. How's it working on your side? Like the frame rate, is it good? Is it freezing? I have fiber here, so it should be pretty fast. This is a cool time lapse of downtown LA. And I believe this is like I think this is the 101 freeway, and then this is the 10 freeway maybe here? No, that's not the 10, I forgot. I mean, if you're not from LA, you don't probably care. But if you're from LA, you know we like talking about freeways and roads and driving, because that's what we do most of the time. We have Angers, Alain Lucas d'Angers. I'm from Startal. Startal, yeah, that's how we say it. I'm from Angers, France. I'm French, and I live in the US. Okay, let's go back to Lightroom. Sorry, it's hard to keep track of everything's going on. It's pretty exciting, actually. So I was shot at 40 mil with my 17-40, which I don't like anymore because I am very picky with the sharpness. of my clips. So I feel like the 17-40 is not as sharp as any other lenses that Canon can do. And I bought this lens maybe 4 years ago when I didn't have a big budget, so that's why I got this lens. But I'm hoping to get like a 16-35 soon. Okay, so first thing first would be to, because it's not straight, yeah, that doesn't work really well. I can use the buildings right there as a reference. Okay, it's pretty good right now. White balance, it's blue hour, so let's go with something more blue. What do you have? Can you tell how to shoot day to night time lapse? I'm not going to do a full tutorial on this live right now, but basically I do exposure ramping manually. So I'm going to edit a day to night after this, so I can explain to you a little bit more how I shot it. Right now it's only a regular time lapse blue hour, so there's no exposure ramping. When you're starting 8K time lapses, when I can shoot 8K. Canon 5D Mark IV doesn't quite shoot 8K yet. I think it's right under 8K, so I could blow it up, I guess, it's fine. But it would not be real 8K, it's 6K for sure. Which intervalometer do you use? Oh, okay, there's a lot of questions here. Can you press I in Lightroom to see the metadata? Sure. I mean, it's right there. 440 mil, f7.1 and 0.5 seconds. Oh, there you go. It's at the top too. Intervalometer question guide, Po Galera Fuentes. I have a gear video coming soon. It was supposed to be here this weekend, but I got Prime with subtitles, so it's gonna come like tomorrow or Wednesday. A gear video, what's in my bag in 2020. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Here it's kind of tricky because we have the road and the sky as well is really blue. So you can go auto. Sometimes I like to go auto like this and see what it gives me. Right now it's definitely way too green. Don't know how it looks like on your side. But yeah, it's definitely too green. So I like to have a mix of blue and maybe a little bit more bluish since the city lights are on right now, but not too much. Highlights, we can reduce the highlights, not too much. Shadows. The key to create a nice time lapse, the nice color correction, is to go easy with the color correction. I know I always repeat it, but it's true. Because it's not real. You know, a time lapse is not real. It's not a video. So if you kind of like make too much, a little bit of texture, a bit of clarity. Clarity at night, I'm not a big fan, so like 10 maximum. Dehaze, I don't think we need dehaze. We can add a little bit of vibrance. It's already really colorful. Yeah, it's way too much. 15. And I sometimes like to like reduce the saturation to give it more like a cinematic, desaturated look. It's like sometimes I like this. So I push up the vibrance to get more vibrance, like 15, 20, and I reduce the saturation a little bit, like -5. Sorry, -5, -10, and we get something real nice. See, I don't do a lot of color correction, and we already have something that looks kind of nice. Like evening type of look. The blue sky is really blue. So yeah, what I do if like the sky looks really blue with my white balance is I go to HSL and my saturation in the blue, I just reduce it a little bit. Yeah, perfect. What do you guys think of this? That looks dope. I'm gonna get like 2,000 likes on Instagram with that post. No, let's go like maybe -5. It's pretty powerful. -3. LUT at top. I don't use LUT. Landscape. Oh, I have landscape or color curves. What? I'm not sure what the question is. Hi, Emeric. It's me, MG Photography. Oh hey, what's up, man? Okay, let's keep going. A little bit of sharpening, masking. Okay, masking. If you hit Option on your keyboard, you can do the masking around the buildings. Noise reduction. I have ISO 400, so it's Canon 5D Mark III, so it should be okay at 400. I pushed up the shadow a little bit. Not that much actually. Oh, sorry, I thought I did earlier. There you go. I pressed the I under profile. No, I don't use lid, I just do this. Like, you mean presets? Alright, noise reduction, I like usually to do 1 for 10. So if it's 400, I go 40, but since I have like a program on After Effects, no, I have a plugin on After Effects to kind of reduce the noise. I'm just gonna go 20 right now. Remove chromatic, profile correction. Yo, Mr. Fadak Recorder. Oh, see, oh, Rico Order. Okay, I don't know. You guys have different names in that Instagram, so I don't know. Vasquez. Oh, that's German. Yeah, I don't use presets. Majestic Flights. I could. I could, but I don't. I know, I like to do the color correction from scratch for every single time lapse. I know. Am I a real photographer then? Do we need upright? I don't use presets. I don't sell a pack of 300 presets for $27 on my website. I think presets are kind of dumb for time lapses because the color correction is kind of going to change all the time. Color and landscape is pretty good. Which one is it? Under creative? I don't know. Maybe I should try it. Alright, we have some nice color right now. I think we're good with this first image. So I'm gonna sync it to the next one. Let's see what we have. Yeah, you can see it's getting a little darker on the second frame. We have 53 people on this live. This is crazy. If you guys are new and just joined us, just let me know where you guys from. At the top, where? Give me a tutorial on how to use the preset under profile. Where the fuck is the profile? Sorry for my language. Apologize. It's fine. We'll do it later. I've never used preset on Lightroom. Maybe once. Alright, I'm gonna push it a little bit. Reduce the highlights. A little shadows. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. The sun, the sky is really like really colorful right now. See profile. No, I don't see profile. Presets. Am I blind? I don't see profile. Right over. Oh! Okay, white balance is right there. Oh, profile. Damn, landscape. Okay. No, I've never used that. I'll try on the next time lapse. I was looking on the left for some reason. I was checking out the presets. Oh, this one is cool. Which one is it? Vivid, matte, natural, cool lights. Yeah, this one is really cool. Yeah, I was looking on the left. Alright, third picture. We have one more time lapse. One more time lapse, one more frame. See, I don't change a lot of settings between the frames. Like, I really go easy on the color correction. Alright, let's go do the saving. Let's go back to other time lapse, reload. Hey guys, don't talk German, we don't understand here. I had like 5 years of German in high school, and I probably remember like 3 words, like ich liebe dich, ich wohne Angers, ich bin Emeric. Sorry. I'm gonna close Lightroom because like, just give it more power. Okay, Lightroom. I just want to close Lightroom. There you go. Get a little power. Alright, so now we just wait like 2 minutes for the visual previews to be done. Ich bin ein Berliner. Yeah. That's the part of time-lapse where you have to wait. 53 people, that's awesome. Your German skills are like my French skills. Did you update to the new version of Editor Time-lapse? Yeah, I have the last one. It's 5.4. I usually do the update like right away. Thomas, salut, ça va? Ça va très bien et toi? De Montréal, c'est ça? Il fait pas trop froid là-haut? De toute façon, vous êtes à l'intérieur. Hein? Yeah, German is probably the most difficult language on earth. It sounds so aggressive all the time. Ach, ich bin? Sorry, I'm not making fun of it. It's just a very hard language. This is great. Could watch this all day, Emeric. I'm trying to make it fun too. I mean, it's educative for sure. You live in Atlanta now, right? Yeah, I do. I am in Atlanta right now. Yeah, it's a very weird period right now. Well, you recommend to buy Time-lapse Plus View to tonight Time-lapse? Yeah, I do actually. I do think it's a great product. I would recommend to do both because I love doing manual exposure ramping. But I seriously, like you maybe saw in my videos, that I don't have any problems. I didn't have any problems shooting with the Time-lapse Plus View. It really worked well on Canon cameras. I know I've heard people saying they had kind of some problems with other cameras like Panasonic or Pentax. Is that still out there? And maybe some Nikon didn't really work really well, but like I tried to like report everything I was experiencing with the Time-lapse Plus View when it came to like my review videos, because there's like 6 of them on YouTube. So I truly think it's a great tool. If you're not comfortable with your exposure ramping, it's definitely a great tool. But yeah, try to do it manually too. I feel like if you know how to do both, you have the choice that one day if something happened to the Time-lapse Plus View, like you don't have the battery anymore, or you forgot about it, you know, so you place or whatever, you can do it manually, and you know you're not going to mess up the time lapse. When I lived in the US, everybody told me the same about German. I was saying the same in France too. It's really hard language. But I was in Germany a few times, and German people speak really well English. It's incredible. So when I was like visiting my my exchange student, it was in high school, like we were talking English all the time because I was terrible in German. Non, ça va, il fait 5-10 degrés en ce moment. L'hiver en général a été assez chaud, 2-3 pics à moins 27. Damn, il fait très froid. Si ça monte à 30 en ce moment, c'est assez tropical. We all need a 64 core thread tripper. Yeah. My computer actually not that bad. See, like it was what, like 5-minute wait for 300 frames. All right, guys, we have our first time lapse. A little bit of flickering in the sky. So yeah, it's probably because of the cars. You can see the cars are really close by. If you guys watch my other time-lapse class on my website, maybe you know about this now. The cars are affecting the overall exposure on my time-lapse. So if I take, look, for example, like, I don't know, like this peak, for example, like there's a peak right there. You can see it's because there's a lot of cars on the left. But if I go in Kenyan or whatever, like go down, there you go. You can see it's because there's no cars on the left right there. So yeah, the cars are definitely affecting the light on my time lapse. And if I want to apply the visual deflicker, which I will, I need to select an area, a reference area where the cars are not going to affect the light. So for example, I have a clear sky. So let's do this. Let's do a rectangle like this. Bigger it is, better it is. There we go. And we should technically have a smoother curve. We should have a smoother curve. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up on the questions right now. Why 30 FPS and why not 24? Good question. I started 24, I think I started 25 actually, because it was super easy to calculate, you know, like if you need 10 seconds, you need 250 frames, 25 times 10, 24, I think that's, and I switched to 2997, so I have no idea. I think it's just, it doesn't matter, you can easily change the frame rate on a video clip. And I would rather start with more frames than less. So if people need to switch back to 24, they can just convert the clip using like media encoder or something. What equipment are you using to shoot deep sky photography? I do not shoot deep sky photography. I shoot only Milky Way stuff, like basic time lapse. And I was using a Samyang 14mm f2.8 that I sold because I wasn't shooting a lot of astro stuff. But I'm trying to get like more gear. I'm gonna get like a star tracker for sure. Hopefully we can do some stuff during Milky Way season if we can go out of the apartment. That would be great. All right, let's apply the visual deflicker. I feel like a good 10 with 2 passes should be pretty good right now. So Pona can help you with your BB gate time lapse. Your BB gates. Oh, is that the German gate? The Berlin gate? Time-lapse world, yes. As-tu sélectionné quelque chose avant de sélectionner le ciel? J'ai sélectionné la première image. J'ai sélectionné la première image et j'ai juste dessiné mon carré sur mon image comme ça pour sélectionner le ciel. C'est tout. Et après, je peux appliquer le déflicker. Très simple. I like 30 better, more smooth, I think. A little faster speed at 30, right? Yeah, it's a little faster. But I don't think it's like really visible. But I also like 30 for some reason. I don't know why. I tried 60 once, but like you need 600 frames for a 10-second time lapse. It's just not. Yo, Emeric. What's up, Trevor Perkins? How's it going? You draw a rectangle by selecting sky for flattering the curve, but what if there's clouds? If there is clouds, yes, do not select the sky. Or just like look at your clouds and if they're pretty flat, if you see, the thing is, if you draw a rectangle and the curve still looks really bumpy, you know it's not a good reference area. So if you cannot select any area on your time lapse because you have clouds and then you have cars at the bottom, just select your entire frame. Like do not draw any rectangle on your image, just select everything and go to the visual deflicker. Select a reference area only if you can. If there's a better area you can select than the entire image. Brandenburg gate is what, yeah. Yes, the Brainberg gate. I had a lot of struggle with flickering. Flickering is annoying. As-tu déjà sélectionné une zone de référence avant l'editing du timelapse? Non. J'ai sélectionné la zone de référence une fois que les previews étaient faites. Tu peux le faire aussi au début, hein, ça change pas grand-chose, hein, c'est juste pour la courbe, pardon. Mais je fais la zone de référence avant de faire le déflicker, en fait, le sentiment de lumière. Is the flicker difference between RT4 and RT5 big? It was, yeah, I noticed a difference. I think the biggest difference was in the Holy Grail Wizard that kind of from before Time-lapse 4, it didn't really acted like a deflicker. It was definitely removing the exposure ramping, but at the end of the time-lapse, when you stop changing your settings, usually the curve was going up like this for no reason. But now I feel like the Holy Grail Wizard, so for Dead Tonight, is acting more than a deflicker. So you have like 2 deflickers for Dead Tonight, which means it's like Time-lapse 5 is way more powerful when it comes to smoothing out the clips, the time lapses. That's why I kind of like. Yeah, it is worth updating to Time-lapse 5 if you guys are still using 4, because it was great. Like the difference, especially like me, if you like shooting Dead Tonight, it's just like, it is a big deal. Time-lapse changed the world of time-lapse photography. I'm still wondering what would we be doing right now if time-lapse was not a thing. Like why? What? All right, let's see. Here we go. Look at this time-lapse, guys. The flicker is gone. The curve is smooth, like we love them. Smooth curves. Yeah, it's perfect. It's like if you guys like focus on the sky, there is like barely no flicker now. Perfect. So you can see how important it is to do a reference area. This is key to have like the best deflicker. This is definitely the way to go. All right, I think we're good with this time lapse. I have the Dead Tonight. We can select the Dead Tonight. This is from the same spot, and then I can do some color correction. So you probably remember me flyby photography. Hey, okay, yeah, I remember now. Time-lapse word. Okay, so I should upgrade. Yeah, you should. You can use, I have an affiliate link. So if you use this, I get like 10%. Please. Also, batch processing in the visual deflicker. Yeah, you can do batch processing. I'm not a big fan of this. I like to take my time. So that's why. Tu passes combien de temps pour éditer un time-lapse? Un petit time-lapse comme ça avec 300 photos, ça me prend peut-être 15-20 minutes pour faire la correction de couleurs et tous les visual deflickers. Avec un Dead Tonight, ça peut prendre jusqu'à 45 minutes, 1 heure. So he was asking me like how long does it take me to edit my time-lapses? So usually for like a single time-lapse during the day like this or nights, it can take me like 15-20 minutes to export. To do the color correction, then I need to export it on After Effects. And then the cleaning. But during the Dead Tonight, it can take me up to 1 hour to do all the color correction. So yeah, here we have a nice Dead Tonight. So obviously it was a longer interval. The cars are going faster. And this palm tree is like crazy right now. So as you can see, the sun was in my shot. So what I did is I waited for the sun to set behind the buildings before changing my settings. So obviously at some point my skyline, which is right there, it got super dark. But it's almost like I don't care. I like the silhouette look of the skyline. I think it's key if you really like keep the exposure for your sky when you have the sun in your shot. So see, I started like changing right there, and it's a little bit of clipping right here. But since we don't have any sky, we don't have any clouds in the sky, I'll be fine. We'll be able to easily like fix this on After Effects if there's a little bit of flickering, sun flicker. But otherwise, it looks good. It's like a nice day to night transition. And at the end, you can see again, the curve is like completely messed up with the cars. So we'll be able again to select the sky as a reference area. All right. Okay, yeah, looks nice. Sorry, I'm missing a few questions right here. I think I'm gonna answer the questions when I'm loading stuff. So I have, we don't have like a 10-minute blank in the live. Always talking. But yeah, it looks nice right now. Beautiful day tonight. It's a classic spot. Very windy, but that's how LA is. LA has smog. When there's no smog, it's either clouds or very windy, because that's why the smog is gone. All right, let's do some keyframes. So for a day tonight, I usually keep what LR Time-lapse gives me. Right now, 14 frames should be pretty good. Then we have the Holy Grail Wizard. Oh wow, I pretty much don't have anything to do for this Holy Grail Wizard right now. And I usually do not touch stretch. I usually do go rotate a little bit. I can do a little bit of rotation. But usually stretch, I don't even touch it. Rotate, always do like a good job. All right, let's save it and open another time-lapse, Lightroom. All right, let's see the questions, guys. Tu passes Saint-Jacques. Quand tu fais un day tonight, quelle est ta plage horaire? When you do a day tonight, what is your time range? En français, Kevin Dier. En général, j'aime bien être sur les lieux 2 heures avant jusqu'à 1 heure après pour un jour-nuit. Mais en général, c'est à peu près 2 heures pour tourner un jour-nuit. I usually take me 2 hours to shoot a full day tonight, so an hour before sunset to an hour and a half after sunset. Do you ever try Time-lapse Plus Studio? So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did try Time-lapse Plus Studio and I didn't like it that much. I feel like there's potential in it, but it's not quite ready for me. When you have LR Time-lapse on the side with like a powerful Holy Grail Wizard, a powerful visual deflicker, this is key. Like they need a deflicker in Time-lapse Plus Studio, but it's too bad that it didn't really work well on my side, but there's potential in it. So I hope they're going to update it and make it better for next updates. All right, our Lightroom is back. Let's do a drag to Lightroom. Ok, bonjour, ça m'arrive souvent de faire mes traitements photos sous Lightroom après le coup, de vouloir revenir sur quelques réglages affinés quelques jours plus tard. Je galère à time super et je recommence la plupart du temps à zéro avec les roues dans un nouveau dossier. Tu fais exemple de... I'm not going to do it live right now. Je vais pas le faire live maintenant, mais il faut que tu gardes le même nombre de photos clés en fait, pour que les photos sélectionnées sur LR Time-lapse soient les mêmes sur Lightroom. Donc si tu changes après sur Lightroom et que tu changes les corrections, ça ne changera pas de problème parce que il faut juste réenregistrer les métadonnées. Hello, Emeric, can I review this live in second moments? What does it mean? Tu rentres toujours dans After Effects? Yeah, I do. Je rentre toujours dans After Effects, j'importe dans After Effects. Et si j'ai quelque chose à faire sur mon ordinateur, j'utilise Media Encoder qui va prendre moins de RAM. After Effects prend pas mal de RAM, ce qui fait que je ne peux pas faire grand-chose sur mon ordinateur. Donc j'importe sur After Effects, j'exporte avec Media Encoder qui sont liés. What do we have to look out for in the Holy Grail Wizard? What do you mean? Oh, in the Holy Grail Wizard. Oh yeah, you asked about LR Time-lapse 5. I would say that it is acting already like a deflicker. So the curve at the end is already acting like to fix the light, the exposure changes on your time-lapse, which is kind of amazing. So most of the time, I would say 75% of the time, I get like a almost perfect day to night transition before using the visual depth flicker, which is crazy. Okay, what do we have? When the traffic is very close to you when shooting dates and nights, TP just like you're editing now, is there any way you can motion blur for traffic? Yeah, I always thought about this. I know the fact that due to longer interval and day and night, we cannot select lowest possible shutter, but still want to ask if there's a way in post-production we can do about it. I tried to do this on After Effects, but since we're taking pictures and not like, we have one picture every what, 5 seconds? It's hard. Like you have to create the motion blur for every cars. It's easy to do it when you have 30 frames per second, but one frame every 5 or 7 seconds, it's not possible. And if you use the effect echo on After Effects, it's kind of weird. I feel like there's no way to do it. You could try using like maybe a 2-stop filter. I want to try this one day, use a 2-stop ND filter for a day tonight and see how it does. I'm afraid it's going to be really dark at night, but I could have like motion blur for the cars during the day, which could be nice. What about layering in After Effects the traffic, duplicating the sequence and shifting to make some blur? Yeah, maybe. I've never tried that. It could be possible. I don't know how it's going to look. You can try. I feel like because the traffic is going different directions and like it's like completely different direction on your time lapse, I don't know how it's going to look. Kind of might look jerky a little bit. Je vais faire un time-lapse en haute résolution à 96 mégapixels sur mon panneau 5, je pense que ça peut être intéressant. Ça va être combien ça, 96? C'est du 50K? 48K? You can try. It's pretty big, but you can try. Hello from Grenoble. Hey guys, did I miss the cleaning part? No, the cleaning part is going to come after. I'm going to do like a day to night color correction right now. And after this, I have a couple of clips I want to clean with you guys. If you're still here with me, just let me know if you get here with me. Tu vas laisser ce live sur ta chaîne pour pouvoir regarder plus tard? Oui, je pense. Je peux le mettre en ligne s'il faut. Ouais. Alright, let's do some color correction. Woohoo! So you can see how much the sun is like burning the sky. So here, because the sun is in my shot, let's try to get something a little yellowish. Some tint a little bit. Okay, so during the day to night, be very careful with your contrast, whites, blacks, clarity, and dehaze, because you guys know about contrast flicker. I believe if you've been following me, you probably know about contrast flicker, and it does affect. We shouldn't have any contrast flicker here, but with the cars. But if there's a big truck or a bus passing by, it can definitely create contrast flicker because it's pretty prominent on the photos. I'm not going to use dehaze. We don't have any haze, and I kind of like the haze around sunset. It looks kind of clean. We're going to do the same, push up the vibrance, and maybe with a little bit of saturation, make it look kind of nice. See auto. No, sometimes it's not working. Depends. When there's buildings really close, it's working, but I don't know. I'm probably the only one to have problems with like straightening my time lapses. I always spend too much time on this. I never know with the horizon and everything. You can also use ND filter. I use them often, but in the end, you need a long interval because you get long exposure. Yeah, that's the only problem. That's what it is. Probably need a long interval or push up the ISO. And since Canon is not that good in ISO, you know, I like to stay low. But yeah, I have only one 6-stop filter, which is a lot. But I definitely could get like a 2-stop filter and maybe try a day to night like with this. I feel like 2-stop could be nice. We have like a dust spot right there. Since there's no clouds, I can do it here. Sharpening. Oh, I already did it. Noise reduction. We can do a little bit. I'm on only ISO 10. So yeah, if you guys have questions about Day to Night, it's the time to ask right now. I realize I shoot way too many Day to Nights. I sometimes force myself to stop shooting Day to Nights. Alright, that looks cool. I like to go easy on my correction. I like to stay natural. I don't use filters that much. I mean, I'm talking about like radial filters here on Lightroom. Graduated, I can say it, graduated filter and radial filter. I don't use it much. If I use it, sometimes it's just like so I can create some sort of vignetting, so I can drag the eye of the viewer towards downtown, for example. So up and then just revert. Not much, like a good feather, like something a little bit like this. Kind of have like a custom vignetting a little bit. I don't do it often, but I do it sometimes. Sometimes. Alright, let's get to the next frame. What do we have here? Oh yeah, this is my favorite time of the day. Golden hour like this. I pretty much have nothing to change on this one. It looks really nice. Like I love those golden hour colors right here. What do you guys think? When I do a time lapse of the sunset with the sun in the frame and use the Holy Grail wizard like on your shot right now, you can often see the ramps around the sun. Yeah, so that's why I was talking about. To avoid this, it's simple. Do not change your settings while the sun is in your shots, because you're always going to have sun flicker. That's how I call it, sun flicker. So as you can see, if you check out my settings while I'm editing, I'm not going to change my settings until like pictures number 5, for example. It looks really nice right now. I love those golden colors right here. What do you guys think? It's awesome. There's those balls on the electric lines right there. And when you're setting up your shots on your camera, they look like huge dust spots. So you're gonna get crazy with it. It's like, oh, this dust spot. They look like dust spots, but they're like aircraft balls or something on the lines. It drives you crazy, and then you realize it's actually on the it's not in the camera. It's happening right there. So yeah, I was shooting with a 24-105 Mark II. I love this lens. I don't know why there's so many. I feel like I'm one of the only people to use this lens. It is a great lens. A little bit of contrast. See, I don't do a lot of correction between the frames because it's a day to night. So if you go crazy with your color correction, well, every time lapse is gonna have issues to do the flicker, the visual deflicker, and you can have some problems. Wow, I pretty much have nothing to touch on this one. So you overexpose a bit on the beginning and wait till the sun is down and start the ramping then. You got it. I actually did overexpose on frame number 1. As you can see, the original frame, it is a little bit overexposed, but I don't mind. It looks fine, and the light is changing so fast that like 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes later, it's well exposed. Then 5 minutes later, you're a little bit underexposed. And then hopefully at this time, you'll be able to start changing the settings. I started exposing 2 stops before sun will start coming into the frame, and then I don't change setting till the sun goes out of the frame. Yeah, that's a way to go, but I usually like overexposing actually, because if you're underexposed for the sky when the sun is still in your shot, it's just the sky and will be like completely dark. But I mean, if you like the silhouette look on the skyline, it can be nice. It all depends of the look you want to give to your time lapse and what you like the style that you like. That's all it is, you know. I use Sony 24 to 105. Yeah, me too. I love the 24 to 105. Like, it's just great. Most people use what? I forgot, 70, or is it 17, 47? I forgot. But 24 to 105 is great lens. Look at this color. And when it's sharp, it's like, look at the reflecting in the sun, like right here. Wow. Actually, this time lapse is way better than I expected. Maybe like around this time, change a little bit of the saturation a little bit. Yeah, I use Lightroom to do the time lapse. I use Lightroom to do the color correction. That's all I use Lightroom for. And then I export the time lapse, so the pictures to the videos using After Effects and Media Encoder right there. If you just like flip so much, if you're just starting with day to night, what you can do is you can don't like start by not doing a full day to night transition, but start with maybe like a dark time lapse or like a day time lapse, and you change the settings one or twice. Then you need to use the Holy Grail wizard because you change the settings, but it's not a full day to night transition, and you can see how easy it is to actually do the exposure ramping. And then once you get more comfortable, just do like a full transition or like maybe half transition or something. It's a good way to practice because sometimes when there's a lot of clouds on the daytime lapse, I just change the settings one or twice, but it's not a day to night. But you can still use the exposure ramping to fix the problem. You know what I mean? Do you guys know what I mean? So the problem with Canons when you push up the shadows too much is you get grain. Doesn't look too bad right now. See, like, I mean, before I was what, like this? The thing is, I'd rather have really dark shadows than really bright highlights because you get way more information in your shadows. So see how much I can get back right here? It almost look normal now. I still have a great sky and the streets, the freeway looks fine. You know, it doesn't have to be completely like, that looks to me that looks too much. And you probably, oh, you barely have any grain. You can see a little bit, but because I was ISO 100, but it's way too much. I still like having a little bit of like darkness. It's all about what you want to do, you know. Gotta be creative sometimes. I'm not saying I have the right way to do it, obviously. I have my way of color correcting stuff, but you guys are free to do what you want. I think color correction is the nice part where you can really be creative. Let's see the difference. Great sky. And yeah, ISO 100, I shouldn't have too much grain. Yeah, dynamic range is a problem, but you know, you can make it work. I usually try to find like the right balance. But after years shooting day to night, I realized that having the nice sky, having the sky well exposed usually is better. Because clipping and overexposing your sky just looks like, sorry for the language, but it looks like crap. So that's why I'd rather get like a nice sky and a little bit darker skyline in front of it for the cityscapes. So you can see I barely touched my whites, blacks, clarity, dehaze, contrast. I don't touch them at all, and they don't have a big value right now because it's a day to night, so you know, contrast flicker. I'd rather have like a smooth transition. Oh, look at the sky. Oh my god, that looks so nice. I don't know how it looks like. Can you guys play the live in 1080p or the what, 720p? Yeah, you guys don't have the full sharpness I have right here on my computer. But it looks really nice. Look at the sky. It's insane. And now I'm slowly coming back to some really nice night settings. Maybe we can go a little bit more bluish. Push up the shadows a little bit, not much. Exposure. Yeah, it depends on what you're using right now. If I move it right here, I have two screens, yeah. Saturation, I think, can be a little more, like -1 or so. Sync keyframe. How are you guys doing? 57 people here. For anyone joining us, just let me know in the chat where you guys from. Amazing, 57 people. Now let me know if that's something you'd like me to do every week or so. I mean, at some point I'm going to run out of time-lapse to edit. I can still do some cleaning, like I can show you real quickly. This is all the time-lapses I have to clean right now. Oh wait, I've done this one. Yeah, I have all this to clean. There's a little bit of wind, some blurry frames, some birds. This one is barely nothing. I have all the dead time-lapse of LA. Yeah, I have all of this to clean, so I can definitely do more lives, cleaning lives or whatever. All right, what do we have here? Did I did the frame number 10? Looks like I did not. It's a little bluish. Looks nice right now. I'm still ISO 100, f10, 1.6 seconds. We have JD from New Jersey. Hope you guys are safe. Greeting from Italy. I hope you guys are safe as well. It's crazy what's going on right now. Carlos Diaz from Portugal. Nice to meet you. Germany. Will this video on the channel after the live so I can watch the part that I have missed? Yes, I will put this video public after the chat. After the live, sorry. I was mixing my thoughts right now. Okay, what do we have here? I think it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna like remove the saturation right now because the orange looks really saturated right now. Yes, guys, the live is gonna be on YouTube after. I think I'm gonna do like a 2 hours live today. It's pretty good for the beginning. So the first hour will be color correction. And then after this, we can do some cleaning. What do we have? We have people from Germany. So many German right there. Awesome. I have to say German people are workers, crazy workers. I ordered this frame right there, the prince from Germany, and he came here in the US, East Coast, in overnight. It took me 2 days to receive this from Germany. Thank you, German people, for being awesome. I know you guys have awesome beers too. I miss like a good German beers. Oh my God, Diaz, thank you so much. First time someone gave me something. Appreciate it. I didn't even know it was working on the chat. Thank you so much, Diaz. Appreciate it. Why does my white balance change in my end time lapse inside of the frame? Are you shooting auto white balance or? Are you shooting auto white balance sometimes? Or if you do too much color correction color correction, white balance from one frame to another, sometimes it can affect the white balance a little bit and kind of change it. So as you can see, I'm really going easy with the white balance and the contrast. And I think this is key when you want to create like a smooth time lapse. a smooth transition is just key right now. That's why I really go easy, and yeah, I'd rather get something really smooth than flicker, white balance flicker or something. No problem, learn quite a bit from your videos. Awesome, I love this. I love to hear that. That's crazy quick, like a week would be quick to me. Wait, what are we talking about? Sorry, JD, I kind of forgot what it was about. Yes, by changing to custom on my keyframes in other time-lapse. No, or is Lightroom custom. Yeah, make sure you don't have auto here. It's what important because you can have different auto. You can select auto and then see what it gives you and then manually change it. Or you can use a little, how do you call this? Pipette? That's the French word. Pipette. White balance selector. And then you can try to like find something really white on your time lapse and then just select this. I'm not gonna lie, it just never works for me, but it's funny to see what Lightroom is gonna give you. Okay, so here you can see I started changing my ISO. I am 250, so I'm gonna boost my noise reduction settings here, maybe 20 or so. Again, I don't wanna go too much with the noise reduction in Lightroom because I have a plugin on After Effects that works really well. So I'll just go easy, 20, 30. Add our time lapse. All right, last frames. Woo! Full night time. Tone curves, no. Maybe like, this, you can see this frame is blurry because I was probably turning off the time lapse and I forgot to remove it. It's really blurry, yeah. So it's the last frame. I was probably, it's fine. I still need to do the color correction since the frames before are going to be fine. I'll just remove this frame on After Effects. I like something really bluish at night. Kind of cold tones. Oh, sorry. It's the drink, vitamin C drinks, comes back up a little bit. Okay. All right, so there we go. We have the time lapse. I'm going to do the same. Command A, save the metadata. Okay. I'm going to close Lightroom because it's taking a lot of RAMs right now. You can see 10% left on my computer and now 51. So add our time lapse is going to be a little faster. If you guys want to know what computer I have, I'll just show you in a minute. Yes, Majestic Flight, that's what I'm using, Neat Video. I'm using it for the grain and for the sharpness. They have a sharpness tool, it's incredible. That's why I'm using Neat Video. It's doing an amazing job selecting like the right pixels to remove the grain on. And keeps like most of the time it's the sky, so it removes the noise in the sky or like same colors pixels, but keeps the sharpness on the skyline. All right, visual preview is going to take a little longer, maybe like 10 minutes. So let's see what questions I missed. The image on the wall. Oh yeah, we're talking about the image on the wall. I'm so sorry, there's too many conversations going on at the same time right now. The image on the wall, yes. Oh, crazy quick, like a week would be quick to me. Yeah, and it was in 3 days for this one. And I ordered another one right there. You cannot see it here, but it took like, what, a week, 10 days, and it was from the US. And overnight, like 2-3 days in Germany. So from Germany on the East Coast to the US, it's incredible. What else do we have? I don't want to miss questions. German quality, but I only need a bit under 2 hours to France, and they have also pretty nice stuff there. Yeah, probably. Do you do cleaning process on your original full resolution export or on 4K exported video? Also wanted to ask you when you're exporting in 4K. Okay, no, I do the cleaning on the 4K exported video. I cannot do cleaning on the raw sequence. After Effects is crazy slow with the raw sequence. it takes maybe 20 seconds to load one frame. So I have to export the video, then re-import it on After Effects to do the cleaning. Also wanted to ask you, when you're exporting in 4K for sitting online, do you use fake motion on the clip? What do you mean by fake motion? Oh, like panning and sliding and tilting? Yeah, I do that sometimes. Rarely, but I do it sometimes. I like to sell a time-lapse that is going to be kind of like regular, not boring, but regular, so people can pretty much do what they want with it. I give the clients more freedom to tilt or pan it the way they want it. That's how I see things. Do you ever use tone curves? I rarely use it. I think I already answered that. As-tu une petite astuce pour quand ton image a de la poussière mais que les nuages passent derrière, quand même si tu as les subs sur les ça fait des ronds bizarres? Oui, quand il y a des nuages, j'utilise After Effects et je fais des masques un peu plus gros qui sont un peu étalés comme ça. Et j'essaye de trouver un dégradé et un masque qui va fonctionner. C'est tout dans mes cours sur le nettoyage complet si jamais ça t'intéresse. Ils sont à $19 en ce moment. I was just thinking about asking you what specs for the computer. Okay, let me show you the specs for the computer, sorry. So it's a iMac Retina 4K 21.5-inch 2017 processor, 3.6 gigahertz, is that how you say it? Quad-core Intel Core i7, 16 gigs of RAM, DDR4, Radeon Pro. So I'm not a computer nerd, so I know this is great. This is good. This is enough for what I'm doing. You can see like I'm not waiting too long to load on my sequences or to export the videos. I feel like it's, you know, average time. But if I have a bigger budget, I'll be happy to switch to like an i9 and 32 gigs of RAM at least. That would be pretty cool. Okay, what else? Can you show us the sharpen tool in each video? Yes, it's coming after we're done with this day tonight. We're gonna do some cleaning. I like that time-lapse reel you did years ago, the music and everything. I did like this one as well. I should do a new one though. I have so many new clips. Talking about the final quality, is it better to make the render of the sequence from After Effects and then edit in a NLE? What's an NLE? Or it's the same of importing the image sequence directly in the NLE? If you tell me what NLE means, I can answer. Is the picture from Sal Digital? No, this is from White Wall. White Wall. They're amazing. It is acrylic. It is super sharp. German quality. Bonsoir. Bonsoir Martin. Bonsoir Robin. Time-lapse dreamer, yeah, like zoom in, zoom out as in fake motion. I already answered this. How do you manage storage videos and image takes up so much space? Do you compress? So I have like a bunch of hard drives. I can show you. I know I could have a server or whatever. I just like my system. So I have a bunch of G drives like this. Can you guys see it? Yeah. This is like 6 terabyte, 4 terabyte hard drives. And I have one hard drive where it's going to be only the time lapses and some backup of other video files. And I have another hard drive where it's going to be another copy of the time lapse and the raw sequence. So I keep a copy of the raw sequence once and the time lapse twice. Plus, I have everything backed up on Backblaze. You pay $6 a month, only $6 a month, and you can have unlimited storage. So the thing about Backblaze is they don't want you to take this as a final backup online. So if you do not connect your hard drive for 30 days, they remove all the data. So it's great if you want to back up hard drives that you worked on a lot, for example. It's safe if something happens. But if you want to back up a hard drive that you never use, it's going to be deleted after 30 days. But if you don't use a hard drive, usually not much can happen to it. It's good for hard drives that you use. Backblaze, it's called. $6 a month, unlimited storage. And recovery is free. If something happens, it is free to recover all your files and documents. You can pay, I think, $80 to receive a hard drive with all your stuff in it. And you can choose to send the hard drive back to get your money back, or you can just keep the hard drive with you. So it's a pretty good deal. Or you can download everything if you have for free. So it's free recovery. Anyway, I don't have a contract with them. I just love it. It just makes you feel more, peace of mind. How do you manage storage videos and image take up so much space? Yeah, just talk. Which codec do you use for export? I usually use ProRes 422HQ. Same. I use ProRes 422HQ and sometimes 444 as well. I feel like 4444, I think it's 44, is great for day to night, and the sky compression is great, especially if you have like a graduated sky lights type of things, and you use like denoiser thing. Sometimes you can see it with the 422, but 444 is going to be super smooth. So it depends on what time lapse. Merde, je devais me prononcer, c'est juste que je me souvenais plus si tu l'avais abordé. J'attends avec impatience la nouvelle. Ça va arriver bientôt. J'ai que 3 vidéos de tournée pour le moment. Il m'en reste 35. I was talking about my new time-lapse masterclass. I have only 3 videos shot, and I have like 35 left. And I cannot go outside right now to shoot anything, so it's going to be delayed. Anyway, how many people are live? 51. Sweet. All the new people, if there's any new people, let me know where you guys from. Always happy to see where you guys from in the world. Can I show you, explain? Okay, maybe I can do this real quick. I can connect the iota. Yeah, I'm using the Greek alphabet to name my hard drives. So I'm at iota right now. So I have alpha, beta, delta, gamma, iota. You use the pro version of Neat Video? Yeah, I do have the pro version. Salut Emeric, un plaisir de te voir. Bon courage. Salut Benoît. Diaz, do you have videos on the GoPro Hero 7 Black on the best way to do time-lapse? I'm so sorry, I've never used GoPro in my life for time-lapses, only for videos, and I was not a big fan, so I don't have any tips on this. Yes, 4444 Majestic Flight is great for day-to-night transitions, but it creates huge files. It's like pretty much double the size of a 422, so either you speed up the clip, but if you have like clouds, you can maybe sometimes see the speed up is not perfect, but if you, or you speed up it twice, so it removes 1 frame out of 2 and it's perfect movement. Diaz, I do have a time-lapse masterclass online 2019. Let me put you the link right there. This is my current time-lapse masterclass in my package. It's all on my classes. I'm working on the time-lapse masterclass 2020, which is going to be very different than anything else so far. Oh, you have a masterclass? I didn't have, yeah, greeting from Toronto. Hey guys, how's it going there? Canada? Yes, too slow, yes. Alright guys, I have to go to the bathroom. So sorry, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Alright, I'm back. So sorry, been drinking vitamin water a little too much. Alright, we're almost done. The curve is actually not that bad. It might be a little crazy towards the end, but it's probably the cars. The cars are probably affecting the light right now, the exposure. So we'll select the sky after this and we'll be able to have a smooth curve. Yeah, day to night takes so much time all the time. Only if necessary use 4444. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I have an apartment, so bathroom is not like super far. I don't have a mansion yet. If you guys buy my classes online, I can buy a mansion. I'll do like a big party once the virus is over, obviously. Don't worry to clean it out. Yeah, I did clean my hands. But I've been inside for like a week now, so it should be fine. But obviously, I always wash my hands. Do you ever set manual keyframes? Rarely, no. I usually change the number of keyframes other time-lapse is giving me, but I don't select them manually. I don't see the point of this. I've never had an experience in my career where I had to manually select one. I've done it when it gets dark with clouds in the day tonight. Right, yeah, that would be the option. Yeah. What if you get blurry frames in day to night? It's only ruined? No, I fix it. It depends how blurry it is. Usually you have clouds. The thing is, if you have a slightly blurry frame, it's usually the skyline or the cars. They're going to be blurry and kind of shaky a little bit. So you can use a frame before or after this, mask the skyline out, and paste it on top of the blurry frames. So if you have clouds, the clouds usually don't look blurry on a very subtle blur. So you have still the same movement of clouds, but the skyline is going to be sharp. It's time consuming, but I do this a lot because there's always a little frame that is blurry a little bit because of the wind or I'm touching the tripod or whatever. And I'm watching some of my old time lapses and I see more and more blurry frames, but I'm not going to fix them. It's too much work. I already have so much work to do with my current stuff. Quelles sont les options d'exportation de tes métadatas dans Lightroom? C'est quoi la question des options d'exportation de tes métadatas? Si tu peux préciser un peu cette question. I do it for nature time-lapsing during the day if clouds come in and out for period. Yeah, sure. All right, time-lapse is done. Let's see, guys. Yeah, we have a little bit of flickering. Looks like, I hope it's not contrast flicker. If it's contrast flicker, it's fine. It's on the area right there. We can use echo and smooth it out. And it looks more like brightness flicker. Looks perfect. Obviously, we have a little bit of a flicker towards the end because of the cars, and you can see it on the curve right there. It's not perfectly smooth, but if you look right here, it's definitely because of the Holy Grail keyframe, and it looks like it's just brightness flicker. So, and you can see the cars at the end also are affecting the curve as well. So you know the drill. You know the drill, we're going to go back to the first frame, and since we have a clear sky today, I can draw a big rectangle in my sky, and we should have technically a slightly smoother curve right now, especially towards the end. It was pretty good for like 70% of the time-lapse though. "56 people, nice." Sorry, I'm going to ask this question again for people who've been here since the beginning, but if you guys are just joining us, just let me know where you guys from and in the world. You can see now at the end it's really different curve because of the car lights. That's affecting the curve all the time. Car lights. I hate car lights. But you need cars on a time lapse. That's quite interesting, especially during the day tonight. Okay, let's do some visual depth look here. So here, because we have like kind of a lot of work to do, maybe we can do a little 15, and I'm gonna do like 3 passes, apply it, and here we go. Now we wait again, and after this, we've been done with this time lapse. We can do some cleaning, and it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. All right, let's see if I missed some question. Hi, Emeric. I'm Alessandro from Italy. Hey, Alessandro. Hope you stay safe. Nice to see you in live. What is the best way to match the colors of the raw photos in Lightroom? What do you mean? What is the best? Sorry, my nose is itching right now. What is the best way to match the colors of all the raw photos in Lightroom? Yeah, sorry. You need to use the script at the top, S script. So you select the first keyframe on your development panel. Then you select all the pictures after, click on S, and sync other time-lapse keyframes. Don't use the synchronize in Lightroom because it can confuse other time-lapse a little bit. So yeah, that's why I always do the sync keyframe. Greeting from the Netherlands. Welcome, Arnaud Rebel from Netherlands. Maybe if you want to do a video about one city and have similar color, do you have to start away from a preset in Lightroom? Oh, if you want to get the same colors from one time lapse to another. No, in that case, you can just go in the first one you color corrected. You do settings. You can copy the settings. So copy all the colors, contrast, and everything. Not crop. I usually don't do crop and upright because it's usually different. And then you paste those settings on the first frame of your new time lapse, and then you do the synchronize after for like using other time lapse at the top script. Salut France, je fais du time lapse de très longue durée, chantier Vincent. Bonjour Vincent. Bon, moi j'ai bail la formation 2020 sur alerté à l'instant, même si je connais bien, ça fait du soutien. Merci, merci Thomas. N'hésite pas si tu as des questions. All right, back to English. I'm from Germany. So many German guys. I love you, German people. Hi, mate. I just tuned in. Beautiful time lapse you're working on. Denmark, by the way. Thanks, Jonas. I saw some of your new time lapse of the different seasons, and it was amazing. You guys should go on. You got Vimeo staff picked, I guess. Congratulations for this. It's almost like winning an Oscar on Vimeo. It's like an award winner. Okay, so I want to talk about, yeah, this is how I have my storage stuff. So if I go in Timelapses, 2019, Atlanta, I have my raw images here. So this is a new hard drive. You can see it's pretty empty right now. And I have all the pictures. I keep one copy of everything if I ever need it. I have one copy of the time lapses for Atlanta, for example. And it might not be the best hard drive to show you right now because there's not much in it. And here I have my classes. So this is what I shot in California. So this is all the time lapses and the class videos. So this is a lot of work. Here I have some backup for YouTube and documentary. I also have all my backup drive for the drones. I have all the drone unedited, so I can have for my production, whatever. This is some San Francisco drone stuff I shot. That's not the best clip to show you right now. Where's my, my favorite? It's this one. When like the sun goes, what is it? It's right there. When the sun is like, whoop. You have so cool drone stuff. I love drones. Drones are cool. Do you guys love drones? Fort Bragg, California. Greeting from the Philippines. Oh, welcome, Philippines. Pestano. GG Jonas. It's 21. Oh, it's 9 p.m. here, so I guess this is the prime time entertainment for the Germans. Sorry. I mean, no, I guess it's good. It's good you guys are here. I mean, like, I don't know what the German TV is, but I've heard about. It was trending on Twitter about Big Brother's contestants not knowing about the virus for like 3 weeks or so. I think it's a German show, Big Brother. I'm sorry, this is a terrible reference, but that's the only German TV thing I've heard of. I can show you like a real complete if Yota wants to inject. No, there's nothing using it. Oh, maybe it's the backblaze actually. No. Well, Yota doesn't want to go out. Well, I guess I'll just stay. I mean, I can connect 2 drives. No, Yota is like being annoying right now. So the computer is working hard behind, so I guess. Try again. Oh, there you go. Made it. So I can show you like, actually I could have just switched that. For people who just join us, I'm just talking because I'm waiting for the visual preview to be done. And then after this, we're going to do some cleaning on After Effects. Right now, about 5-10 minutes from now, this should be done. And we can do some cleaning. So this is a drive where I have all my time lapses. So if I need a time lapse, for example, that I'm licensing, someone is like, hey, I like this time lapse. So I have an index number system that I use because I have a lot of time lapses that look alike. So what I do is like, what's the index number? So for example, LA, I don't know. It tells me it's LA 630. Boom, I know it's this one that the guys wants to buy because that's LA 630 right now. So it is technically the number of time lapses I shot. So this is my 630th time lapse shot in 2018. I'm pretty close to 1,000 right now. Oh, there's a bug. And then see if someone wants LA 777, I know they want this one, etc. If they want, for example, Las Vegas time lapse, that would be Vegas, number 442 or whatever they need. So it's an easy way to find the clip you need, having a number like this, an index number, because I have a lot that looks alike, so that would be really hard to keep track of what you're shooting otherwise. And yes, I have some Angers stuff. This is my hometown, guys, in France. This is Angers. Yeah, it's a little slow right now because it's working in the background, but this is my hometown. This plaza is completely empty right now. And Paris. This drive is full, but I have another one, but I'm still using it to get all these time lapses. Some Paris time lapses. Beautiful Paris. I'm actually going to leave this drive on because I need to back up on Backblaze. I'm going to pause it for now. Anyway, did I miss some questions? Good morning from Australia. It's the morning over there. Oh yeah, already. Hope you guys are safe in Australia between the fires and the virus. It's crazy. Which drone are you using? Yeah, I have the Mavic 2 Pro. My wife is watching Big Brother right now. There we go. This is German prime time. Which drone do you own? More love that can make 2 but I'm a bit on budget. Yeah, I have the Mavic 2 Pro, and I feel like this is the best purchase I've done last year. It's expensive. I got it at $1,800 with 2 extra batteries and a bunch of accessories and like a bag. It is expensive, but it is worth it like crazy. Can you do a day tonight with the Mavic Pro? You're kind of limited to like, if you shoot hyperlapse, you'll be limited to what, 20-minute flying, so you can do like a golden hour to dusk maybe. Yes, Big Brother thing was here in Germany. Y a-t-il intérêt à convertir en DNG un timelapse shooté en JPEG pour utiliser le défliqueur de l'RT? Non, je ne conseille pas de passer de JPEG à DNG, ça serait un peu bizarre, je trouve. Tu peux rester en JPEG dans ce cas-là, mais shoot RAW dès le début, c'est ça qu'il faut faire. Beautiful place, yeah, was Paris probably, Angers, my hometown. Alright, this is taking a long time. Ask me questions, guys. We have 5 more minutes. How are you guys doing? How's the live? Is it clear? It's my first time doing live. Looks like it's working pretty well so far. I have the YouTube window open on the left as well. 30-minute max flying? Yes, per battery. And it depends what you're shooting. If you're doing just videos, usually, yeah, 25 to 30 minutes per battery. But then if you shoot a hyperlapse, sometimes the batteries is like going down real fast. So the other option would be to record the GPS location of the drone, and you can do like, when you're done with the first battery, you land, change the battery, and then fly back to the same GPS location and keep shooting and kind of blend the two in post. Do you ever use QDS or dashboard? So, I kind of have a bad story with this about here. I tried using it 3 or 4 years ago between an iPad and a Canon 60, and it was not working at all. Customer service was terrible, and so iTunes, Apple reimbursed me the $10 for the app because it never worked. And the guy from QDS or dashboard never replied to me. And so since that time, I've just never used the QDS or dashboard, but maybe it is good today, but I don't need it. Sur des projets de timelapse de plusieurs mois ou années, c'est pas possible de shooter en JPEG. Non, bah, je conseille de toute façon de tourner en RAW, pas en JPEG. You may combine a static time-lapse using the drone on the ground and then add a planet route in the air. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like record the planet route with the GPS location. I forgot there is a name of the app. It's not DJI app. There's another one that allow you to record some like travel plan thing, planet routes. That looks real good. What's your favorite portable motion control system? I have to say it's the Magic Carpet and SERP stuff right now. I have them in the back. It's right there. I just got them because, yeah, I didn't post the video yet, but I am a SERP content creator now, or ambassador, we can say. So they send me some gear, and I have monthly content to create, tutorial review videos about SERP products, Magic Carpet carbon slider, Magic Carpet aluminum, Genie Mini 2, a new Genie coming soon as well. You'll see so much great content if I can go out and shoot, which I don't know if this is going to happen. But yeah, I am a SERP content creator. How amazing is this? I'm really happy because I really wanted to work with like a good motion control system and company, and I feel like you know, it's great that SERP accepted it to work with me. Pretty happy and blessed. Un RAW, pardon. Vincent. Bah oui, c'est vrai que ça fait des grosses photos. Mais Je sais pas, j'ai jamais vraiment tourné de. Bah, reste en JPEG. Hein. On Nikon with Android phone, QDSLR works very good. Nice. Nice. That's good. It never worked for me in the past. Customer service was bad. I gave up on it. I think customer service is important. What's the average time of your time lapses? So on my day or night time lapses, usually it's 10, 12 seconds. For a day to night like this one, maybe 20 to 30 seconds usually. Hyperlapse, usually 6 to 7 seconds is enough. So with 3 batteries, you can do day to night. Yeah, you can. Serve Genie 2 thoughts. I just received the content, so, but it looks good. The build quality is amazing, gotta say. Works quite good. You meant the app Litchi, yes. You meant to go. That's Litchi. Thank you so much for 2 program with a drone. Works quite good. Yeah, that's the app I was talking about. SERP, c'est vraiment une super marque. Leur système est super bien réfléchi, surtout très mobile. Ouais. Et ce que j'aime bien, c'est qu'il n'y a pas beaucoup de câbles. C'est assez léger, c'est facile d'utilisation et c'est pour ça que j'aime bien ça. Alright, guys, we are past number 3. Yes, finally done with this time lapse. I think it might be a little slower because there's the live stream in the back too. Sometimes it's a little faster. But look at this curve now. This curve is really smooth now. Because of what? Because of the reference area. Yeah, the third pass is quite fast right now. I want a little bell sound. There you go. That's what I was waiting for. All right, so there you go. Oh, was it moving? Oh yeah, there's a little movement, probably because of the wind. It was really windy. Okay, so we have a little bit of contrast flicker right there. It looks also because of the wind, there's some sort of like smoke coming by. But otherwise, the brightness flicker is perfect. We might have contrast flicker in the sky. Yeah, we have a little bit of contrast flicker right there. I'll show you. I'm going to come back. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. We'll be able to easily fix it since there is no clouds. Yeah, we can see a little bit of contrast flicker because of the cars right here. Lightroom is creating the contrast flicker. There's not much you can do with that. But if you find a way to fix it, you can see also it's moving left and right. It was super windy that day. Okay, so let's go back to like there's this place. I can show you like what contrast flicker looks like. I think it was before this. There you go. We have a little bit here. If you look at this area right there with a mouse there, cursor, you can see how it's changing. It's only one frame. You can see it's only one frame that gets a little darker. It's because probably of those cars. So if I go before here, you can see there's no cars. If I go to the next frame, there's one car affecting the contrast here. So why is it working like this? Well, Lightroom is reading your entire image and apply the contrast in a certain way for every single frame. So Lightroom probably saw that there is something really bright here, so the contrast were applied slightly different, and you can see it right there. So that's why when you're very close from your car, from cars, people, or like big elements, you can have a bigger risk of ending up with contrast flicker. And you can see it. It's not bad here because it's only one frame. So I'll be able to clean it by taking maybe the frame after and just replace the sky. So I don't have this contrast flicker right there. But otherwise, it's a great time lapse. Let's play more and more time. Majestic flag. A possible way to fix it, try removing all sliders on tones and use just tone curves only. Yes, I've hit on this, maybe fix it. Yeah, that's true. I've heard about Gunther saying to use the tone curves. I feel like it's not in my workflow. It's not in my head yet, but I should force myself to use it. But it's not bad here. It's definitely going to be fixable. All right, we good with this one? All right, let's do some cleaning now. Quit other time lapse. I have to open what? After Effects, and I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Not even 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm back. Hi, bye, Majestic Flight. Nice to talk to you. See you later, alligator. Kill me. All right, let's do some cleaning. So cleaning is different color correction. I gotta say it's kind of a boring part, but have to do it if you want to get, better content, create better content, have a higher value for your work. You need to clean it. So this is a time lapse of San Francisco, beautiful San Francisco, that I shot like 3 weeks ago now. So let's see how it looks like. Sorry, I missed some question. I from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Mark Steven Shepard, sorry, nice to meet you. I'm Getty image contributor, but I am not fed up with the premium access rate for customers. Now my time lapses are selling for less than $1. What? Yeah. Any suggestion for a site to sell quality time lapses? Yeah. So I would definitely recommend Pond5 because you can select your own prices. Shutterstock. I've noticed that pretty much all the marketplaces kind of have lower income now. I feel like they changed the royalties that you make on each clip. Like I've been making only on Pond5 between 15 and 30 bucks, but I don't get it because all my clips are between 100 and 200 bucks. So if I do 50%, it should be like at least 50 bucks each. So I don't know what they're all doing right now, but they're definitely ripping us off. So I would recommend to just use your own website. I know it's time consuming, but and it's probably less visibility. That's why Pond5 Shutterstock, you kind of pay for visibility and for people to come across your work. So that's why they take a cut. But at least if you have your own website, you make 100%. If you guys just join us, I am now in the cleaning part of this live. It's been going for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Woo! So this is a cool time lapse of San Francisco from Battery Spencer that I shot with Gaurav and a bunch of other people there on Instagram. It was a nice time lapse meetup, actually, San Francisco. So this is a dead time lapse. As you can see, I already applied the web stabilizer because it was a little shaky. So I kind of did it before recording live because it takes a while to. So saving some times. Yeah. So what happened here is you can see there's this bush at the bottom part, which I don't like. But there's a fence, maybe like 6 feet from the roof, from the edge, and we set up our tripods a little closer from the edge, behind the fence, and a park ranger showed up and asked us to, move it closer to the fence. So we did, but we had to get this bush and the rocks and some part of the ground on the time lapse. It doesn't look too bad, but it might be a little distracting. I don't know there's much I can do besides maybe cropping the time lapse. I guess it's fine. Alright, so let's see what else I have to fix on this time lapse beside the shakiness. So I'm going to create a new composition. Alright, let's load it and see if there's any... Okay, what is this? We have some weird effect here. It looks like contrast flicker. So I can fix that. Nope, I need to remove this. We some sort of flicker here. So what I can do, is it doing on the entire picture? It looks like it's only the water at the bottom part on the right side of my screen. It's probably contrast flicker. So it's only on one image. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this first layer. I'm going to move it down. Okay. And then, so this is the affected image. This image is a virus. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the frame after, move it over it. Okay. And because I want to keep most of the image, I'm just going to draw a mask like around the water, for example. So yes, the water will be twice the same frame, but if you play it at 30 frames per second, it's going to be barely visible. So there you go now, if you look at it. So yeah, there's twice the same frame here. It looks kind of weird, but it's fine. I'm going to do feather, maybe like 10 or 15 or so. And I would rather have twice the same frame, which is going to be invisible when you're playing the time-lapse at real speed. But as you can see now, we don't have the contrast flicker here. See how easy it is to fix it? Poof, now it's perfect, and it's right before the big boat. Alright, I'm going to save it, because After Effects crashes a lot. Alright, if the live stream just shut down at some point, it's probably because my computer just stopped working. Sometimes After Effects is just using way too much. When the best time to crop the image in a time-lapse workflow. So if you're using After Effects, the best time to crop your image will be before you export your video. So from the raw image sequence to the video, crop it the way you want it right here. If you're using either time-lapse or Lightroom, the best way to crop it probably is on Lightroom, so you can export it with the right crop right away. Because when you're exporting on another time-lapse, you can only crop 16:9, but if you need to zoom in a little bit more, it's probably best to do it on Lightroom. And if you do it on After Effects, yeah, always do it before exporting the video whatsoever. So I believe there's like a bird. I've seen a bird. Yep, we have a tiny mofo bird, like, what is it? Damn, it is really fast. I mean, it's one frame every, 2 seconds, so maybe it's really slow. You have 2 birds. It's going to be easy. Alright, so I'm going to remove those birds, and you'll see how easy it is. So I'm going to duplicate the layer again, move to the affected area, so I call it. So, yeah, I mean, right now I could either do, let's see if there's more birds after. No, it's only the 2 birds. So if you have a lot of birds and planes in your sky, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to remove this little guy here. So move 1 frame to the right, poof. Okay, so this is my bird here. I'm going to do like a mask around the 2 birds just for the example. And then right click, what is it? transform, no, what am I looking for? Blending mode and lighten. Poof, the two birds are gone. So why? It's because the lighten effect is kind of calculating it's going to keep only the brightest pixel. So because I moved one frame to the right, the layer under this is brighter because the birds are gone. So the top layer is darker, so it's removing the frames. And you can do the opposite during the night if you want to remove light trail in the sky using the darken blending mode, for example. So there's one way to do it. It doesn't work 100% of the time. I would say it works 80% of the time, because if you have fast-moving clouds or other stuff passing on your time lapse, it's going to look weird. Here it works perfectly, but I'm going to show you as well how to do it manually. Manually is going to work all the time, but it's time-consuming. But it works all the time. But it's time-consuming. Can't have everything. I wish we could have everything. Okay, so we have the two birds right there. So this is one layer. I'm going to go one frame after. Move the top layer one frame to the left. So this is the frame after. I'm going to turn that one off. So this is a reference layer that I can duplicate. There you go. And I'm going to use that one here. So I'm going to zoom on those two tiny birds. Select G on my keyboard and do a quick, mask around it. Okay. Right now it's because it's off. And what's great is you can also create multiple masks on one layer, so you don't have to duplicate it every time. Okay, now I have two masks on this second layer here, and then poof, all gone. How cool is that? And if you want, you can click on F on your keyboard. It's opening the mask feather, so you can do like 5 pixels. It's a pretty small layer, and it's going to blend the two pictures even more. So I believe we're going to see a bird like after. There's one right there. And you're probably going to ask, Emeric, why are you so picky with your birds? Because you have to be picky with your work if you want to create good content. And yeah, it is visible. It looks weird on a time lapse because it's only a one frame and it's gone. It looks kind of like those old movies filmed on. Oh my God, there's a bug. Filmed on on films actually, where you have all the dust flying around on black and white movies, which looks kind of ugly, but that's old films. Okay, so right now you see I'm duplicating my other reference layer, which is blind right now. I don't know, it's off. So I just have to move this one right there like this, and then go here, and then just do another mask. That's why I like the reference layer, because it's fast. So here you can see the water is moving in the back. So it's all good. What we can do is like maybe a little feather of 5 pixels. Okay. Yeah, it's not invisible. If it looks kind of weird because you have moving clouds or water, what you can do is create maybe a mask a little bit bigger than what your bird is. So if you see the bird is like this, and you create a bigger feather, so like 15 or so. So it's going to blend like the water. So that looks weird because you're doing like one frame, but if I'm playing real time, it's not visible at all. All right. What else? Quick review, what you have done for newly joined. For newly joined, so what I did is I edited 2 time-lapse. I did the color correction on Elder Time-lapse and Lightroom, and I just switched 10 minutes ago to doing some cleaning right there. So I'm going to do some cleaning, maybe 1 or 2 time-lapses, and then I think we're going to call it for today, because it's been almost 2 hours. Oh yeah, that was a bummer. Yeah, when the best time crop, I don't delete this. I would not delete this live stream. It's going to be live after on my channel. I mean, it's going to be uploaded. Salut Mike Arthur. Poof. Great live seminar. Are you using Zoom? Zoom for what? For the live thing? No, I don't know what Zoom is. I know Zoom, like the microphone thing. All right, let's see what else we have here. I feel like that's all we have right now. We This clip is stabilized. We don't have any birds. We might have some contrast flicker at the bottom, or is it like just the wind doing some weird stuff? Yeah, just the bush is doing some weird stuff right there. So one more thing before I export this time lapse would be to actually check if there's any blurry frames. So the best way to do this is full, and you zoom in on like the city skyline, for example, and yeah, just play every single frame in full to see if there's any blurry frames on the skyline. Did I miss a bird? Oh look, there's a tiny bird right there. So look how easy it is with the reference layer. I have my reference layer, duplicate it. I'm just moving where it is because it's already one frame after. So I just have to move to the specific frame. It's done. Now G on my keyboard, puff, 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 boom. And see, it's gone, 10 seconds. It is fast. It is interesting to do this because you get something a little cleaner. All right, let's keep watching if we have some blurry frames. I'm checking at the skyline right now to see if there's anything that needs to be like, we do have some right here. Yeah, it was really windy that day. So how I'm gonna fix this one? So 111, what I'm gonna do is duplicate, we're gonna get a new composition. I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, so it was 111. Okay, so the key is actually to do exactly like you do with the bird, is to use a frame before or after that is sharp. So we can use a frame before maybe. So that's the one that is blurry a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, this one is really blurry right now. So I'm gonna move it over, okay? And now I need to figure out what part of my time lapse is blurry. Is the bridge blurry or not? Let's see. So that's the original. The bridge is a little blurry, but water doesn't look blurry. So what I'm going to do is a mask on this top layer here, where I'm going to select everything that is blurry. So that would be the bridge, probably the ground over there. The sky is not going to be blurry. It's not going to be visible much. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to select the entire bridge. It's only one frame after, so it's not going to be visible much. Okay, so there you go. So now the thing is, the water in the sky is going to be the original frame, but the skyline and the bridge is going to be the frame before. Yep, it's going to be the frame before, which is sharp. So if I zoom in on the time lapse, you can see it's blurry, and now it's sharp. So you could also just completely remove the frame if you want, or just put the entire frame on top of the other one. But I like to keep as much content as possible on each frame. So here, because we have a big mask, we can maybe go like 35 pixel feather, even 50 should be fine. Kind of blend on the water. So yeah, the cars are going to be doubled, but I'd rather get like some part of the time lapse doubled and remove like the blurry images because it's kind of like ugly. It's like some point you have to decide if you want what you want. What else do we have? Salut Emeric again, Ganjeff. What's up, man? You may redo your first way to remove bursts, not only with blending up, too with alopecia. Sorry, can you repeat the question? You may redo your, I don't understand. You want me to redo it, the first technique? Is that what you're asking? How does After Effects always have the green render line? It means, the green render line means the picture has been loaded. It means the program kind of created probably like a cached image of some sort. And you can see it's like every time I'm changing something, it has to reload the preview image. So as soon as the preview is loaded, you can play your image, your time lapse a little faster. It's just a preview. How does After Effects? Okay, that's the image which are in the RAM. So for preview. Yeah, that's where it is. There you go, preview. What app are you using for the live stream? Great. I'm using OBS Studio. pretty free software. All right, let's keep going real quick. I was a fast shutter that day. I was maybe like 1/400 of a second. And I'm still having brilliant frames. It's to tell you how fast the wind was. It was a gusty wind. So sometimes it was fine for like 5 minutes and then windy. I hate wind. I think it's the worst problem. I think I missed one. Okay, so I have another one right there. So you don't have to redo all the mask. What I can do is copy the first one. And remember, it's already one frame before. So I just have to move the duplicated layer on top of it, which is right there. And voila, it's done. Blurry, not blurry. Next. There's always a way to go a little faster doing this type of things. And it's kind of boring, so you know you have to. Oh yeah, hold on. One sec. We have the boat right here. So the boat is going to be duplicated. Yeah, it looks weird. The boat is duplicated. So what I can do is duplicate the layer I used. Okay. I'm going to come back to the original one, which is this. So that should be the blurry frame. Correct. And I'm just going to do a mask around the boat so that the boat keeps going and there's no glitch. Yes, it is time consuming to do some time lapses cleaning, but it is worth it, guys. Okay, so now, am I doing this right or what? Okay, what's going on? So this is, it is the top frame. Okay. Yes, so it should be fine. See, if I remove this one and this one should be the same. Alright, so it is the same. So why is it blurry? I selected the right one. Oh, sorry, there's the other mask. Yeah, I need to remove the, there you go. There you go, that's better. Here we might be able to do like maybe 30 pixels. So now, you understand what I did is I created another mask on top of this mask here in order to have the boat, you know, going the same way. So you don't have a glitch on the boat. You can see the boat is going like same thing. And it's only a small area of my time lapse because if I remove the top layer, as you can see here, you have twice the same boat, twice the same image, which is there and there, twice the same image. But if I add another mask on top of it, you'll be able to have the continuous movement. It's doing it also for the small boats here, but if you watch it real speed, it's not going to be visible. Quoi, ça veut dire que je parle trop, Alex? Alright, let's keep going. If you guys have any questions about cleaning and everything, just let me know. 36 people still there. Amazing. You guys are true legends. I think after this, I'm going to do one more, maybe time lapse a little bit, and then we're going to call it for today. Doesn't look like there's any more blurry frames right there. Ugh, as soon as I say that, obviously. There's one tiny. So I'm duplicating the one right there, okay. So now it's not blurry, but we have the same thing with the boats. So I can duplicate the top one, move it on top of it, okay. We're going to remove the first mask because remember the first mask is for, you know, where the boat was at the beginning. So I'm going to remove this mask and I'm just going to create a quick mask around the boat right there. Maybe the water movement behind the boat as well. Okay, we're gonna do feather F, and then maybe like it's a small mask of 15 or so. Let's see if that works. It looks like it's fine now. Yeah, it looks perfect. Oh, there's another one right there that I missed. Oh man, cleaning is the worst. But hey, we have to do it. It was just so windy that day. Actually, I don't even have to move this mask. I guess, I mean this, yeah. The bug looks really blurry here, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to have twice the same frame. It's barely visible when you play the time-lapse real speed. Oh, le craquement de doigts, désolé. We have Denis Aguilar from Poland. Nice to meet you, Denis. Thank you for joining us. All right, we're almost done with this time-lapse. If we don't have any more blurry frame, doesn't look like we do. Of course we have one. But it's towards the end and the boat is gone, so we'll be able to just duplicate this one here, move it right there, and voila, now it is sharp. I don't know if you guys see the blurry frames on your screen, but I do see it right there. Are we done? Yes! Alright, one time lapse done. I stabilized it in the first composition. Warp stabilizer, you can see no motion, position, scale, and rotation. On the second composition, I did contrast flicker removal and birds removal. And finally, on the third composition, I just removed the few blurry frames I had. So now this time lapse is ready to be exported. We can watch it in half quality, loading the previews. Always do a final check to see if there is anything that needs to be fixed or not. Let me retry your first technique. You showed me Lightroom combining two pictures just in case you have very many birds in the time lapse. You must use the same technique. Yes. With the difference that you do it automatically combines first and second pictures, second, third, fourth. Yes, that's what I did with the lighting effects, but it doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work at night, first of all, because it's going to be brighter than the sky for the planes. But, oh, sorry. Do I have the virus? Hopefully not. But it works. It doesn't work also for fast-moving elements like clouds. If you have clouds, it sometimes looks weird. Oh, After Effects is crashing. Oh my god, After Effects is always like, there you go, saving. But yeah, that works if you have a clear sky or like a clear area for sure. But this time lapse is perfect now. Let's see what else do we have where I can fix or talk real quick. You can see it takes a lot of time to color correct a time lapse. I have a dead tonight right there. I believe if you guys following me on Instagram, you can see it. But let's see what we can. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't talk about neat video. Oh my god, I gotta talk about it. Oh yeah, I didn't add it to the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm gonna do it on this time lapse here. I think because this time lapse, there's no stabilization to do. There's very nothing to do. So what I'm gonna do is show you the neat video plugin I'm using to remove noise and add sharpness to your time lapses. It's probably the best plugin out there for videos and time lapse work for sure. We have Jan Habasek, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nice to meet you, greeting from Czech Republic. Hello, how do you deal with stabilizing a Timelapses, especially from Mavic 2 Pro? Sometimes I'm having a hard time doing it. Yeah, the problem was a drone hyperlapse and to stabilize it, or time-lapse, for example, you have three perspectives. You have three axes. You have forward and backward, left and right, and up and down. So stabilizing a clip is easy when you have two axes, like up and down, or no, what is it? Left and right or up and down is easy to fix if you're shooting from the same area. But with a drone, you can move forward and then go down a little bit or go up a little bit, and it's going to change the perspective of the buildings or whatever you have in front of you. So it is going to be pretty much impossible to stabilize because perspective is different. That's why in hyperlapse on a tripod, you have to keep an anchor point all the time, or this perspective is going to be different, and it's going to be impossible to fix in post-production, or at least really hard. That's why shooting drone hyperlapse is kind of tricky sometimes. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of success. That's why usually I shoot during the day, and if you go fast, usually that works better than if you go slow. That sometimes the drone can go down a little bit. I don't know if I was clear or not. Just let me know on the chat. I thought After Effects crashes all the time because I use a cracked version. It's not good. I know it's expensive, but it's not good to use cracked version. It probably crashed more often then. But After Effects does use more, does use a lot of RAM and processor. You can see that's pretty much only what I have open right now, and there's only 23% left of my computer capacity left for one program. Oh, I have two Chrome windows open too, so yeah, Chrome takes a lot of RAM. Gotta go, Emeric. It's -9 over here in Dubai and working with you hours. Thanks for the tips, bro. Thank you, Michael, for being here. I'm almost done here with this live. Just let me know in the chat if you guys are still here. Hope I can help you for a couple hours. You might be bored at home or whatever during this crisis, in this crazy outbreak. It is 4 p.m. here where I am in Atlanta, Georgia. What time is it, guys? Where are you guys at? All right, we're almost done loading this time lapse. If it did not, yeah, the preview, loading the preview sometimes take a little while, but it's better. You can watch it full screen after that. Full screen, full speed, or almost full speed. So what I like to do to check if I need to stabilize my clip is actually to move it real fast like this, which you can see towards the end. But I guess I can just, yeah, there's like one frame at the end. So what I'm going to do, yeah, it's probably when I was stopping the time lapse. So what I'm going to do is like just remove the comp, and I'm just going to remove a couple frames towards the end. Trim comp to work area. So now it looks like I don't really have to stabilize anything on this one. You can also zoom in more close and look at your edges and see if there's any stabilization you need to do. But it was not windy that day. It looks pretty good here. So I guess we can just worry about the birds and the sharpness. Okay, so there's one bird. Where is it? Right? Oh, that's an helicopter. Is it? Oh my god, where is it? It keeps disappearing. Okay, it's right there. Am I blind? Oh, there you go. It's a helicopter. Martin Bernier, bravo pour ton premier live. Merci, Martin. 10:19 p.m., 9:20, 1:40 a.m. in India. Whoa, that is late. 10 p.m. in Germany. It's not too bad in Germany yet. You probably don't have anything else to do, right? Am I right? I mean, you probably have. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I have one frame after on the top layer, so I can just go to my helicopter, mask, up, and then turn it up, back on, and it's gone. So you see here it looks kind of weird because the clouds are moving. The clouds are moving quite fast, so it looks weird. So what I can do, let me check. Yeah, either I do like a big feather, or I can take part of the clouds after and move it on top of it. So an option is to do a quite big layer right there, and then do like a big feather. So it's kind of blending both. See, there you go, it's gone now. It worked. It worked perfectly. It's invisible now. So sometimes having a bigger mask and doing a bigger feather is going to work better. But now it's completely gone. Easy peasy. And now we don't have a bird. Let's see if we have like another. I believe I saw another one. Oh, it is like, oh, we have a plane right there. That plane, I mean, it's not too disturbing. It might be disturbing on the last frame. So I usually leave them if they're not too disturbing. Here on the last frame, that's where I actually saw it. So I'm going to duplicate the frame I already created with the mask. Remove the mask. Okay. Turn off the layer. I'm going to go on here. There you go. And draw another mask right there. We have less clouds, so we should be better. There you go. Yeah, the mask works a little better, so I'm going to do feather and maybe like 20 pixel or so. And there you go, it's gone. Alright, so I guess you guys understand how I remove birds and everything. So let me just show you really quickly the Neat Video plugin to do sharpness and denoiser. So I'm going to go full. So it is a paid plugin, but I'm telling you it is worth the price. If you don't have the money for it, which I could understand, I always take forever. You have reduced noise. What is it? That's Neat Video. Oh, is it grain? What's the name of it? Remove grain, that's how they call it. So that's a free effect on After Effects that you can use. If you don't have the paid plugin I'm going to talk about in a minute. And you can also add sharpness using sharpen effect. Those are free effects using After Effects. But if you want to get something a little better, you can download Neat Video, Reduce Noise. I'm going to apply it. Okay, so I'm going to click, I loaded my image in full at night because it's usually where there's more grain. I'm going to click on Prepare. I'm going to prepare that thing. Thanks for the answer. I can see there are more people, even professional, having issues stabilizing drone. Hyperlapses, I do it with Tracker in After Effects, but it's not perfect every time. Yeah, it is not perfect because of the perspective change. That can be a little tricky. Drone hyperlapse is a nightmare. I wish it would be better, but there's problems moving up and down. Yeah, that's a big problem. Emeric, how do you remove or make a logo invisible for selling time lapses, online blur them, or mosaic? Good question. I'm going to show you right after this. It's going to be quick. So here, you need to select an area where there's blur, so it's telling you the size, good or best. So it's telling you it's not uniform. You need to select an area with same contrast, same colors, so maybe those clouds here. See, now it's not telling me because I have a uniform area, and it's telling me I have a noise level of 2.4. So what I'm going to do next is build a profile. You can actually create profile or load profile as well. And then now we're going to do begin, and it's going to remove the grain. Poof, and there we go. Now you can see the different profile check right there. If you go before and after, it's crazy. So if you remove everything minus 100, it's going to go back to original. There you go. That's what it was at the beginning. So you can see there's a little bit of grain. 2.4 is not bad. But if you go to 0%, which is like So 0% will be just like the regular number. And if you go plus, it's going to apply the denoiser even more. And if you go minus, it's going to remove it. Kind of like opacity in a way. So usually I try to go between 0 and minus 20. Having a little bit of grain is not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, so I'm going to apply this. I'm going to zoom in on the sky so maybe we can see the difference. Right now it is clearly smooth. It is insanely smooth. I'm going to remove the effect. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's definitely a better, way better sky. No grain at all. And if you look at the building on the top bottom right there, it's not affecting the sharpness that much. Oh, sorry. It's really not doing it. So this is with the denoiser and this is without. Just let me know in the chat if you guys can see the difference. It's probably hard for you guys. Oh, I have a dead pixel right there. Then what you can do is like go back to adjust. Okay, and if you go in spatial, here you have a sharpening tool. And it's doing also a great job because since you already applied a profile correction, it pretty much knows where to add the sharpening. So if I do enable right there, okay, and then you got fine, medium, and large details. So what I like to do is usually keep this between 80 and 100%. Not too much. You don't want to add too much sharpen because it might kind of look weird. And then do a little bit of medium as well, like 30, 40%, and then a little bit of large as well. Okay, and you can already see that I can see the difference on my side. I'm sorry if you guys can see the difference, but trust me, it is there. For the sharpen, maybe you guys are going to see the sharpen. All right, so this is with the sharpening, and if I remove it, you can clearly see it on the buildings right there. And it's not, it might be a little too much on this one, so if it's too much, you can adjust it again, and then just change the value, maybe 80%, and click on apply. There you go. It usually looks weird at night if you have too much sharpening, not Sharpie, that's something else. But here, even if you're focused on your subject, it's just adding a little bit of sharpening on your time-lapse just makes a huge difference. Yeah, you can see it. So this is without the sharpening, and with it. You should be able to see this on your 720p video. Hopefully, let me know if you see the sharpening, but otherwise I'm telling you, I've tried the After Effects for remove grain and sharpening, and it's not as good as the noise reduction, the reduced noise from Neat Video, because Neat Video is like, you know, you're building a profile to kind of select the right pixel to remove the noise on. So it doesn't remove the noise everywhere, and it can add the sharpening. That's a lot of talking. Okay, I'm going to turn that off real quick so we can go a little faster to talk about logo removal. So you can see there's some big logos right there. There's not much I can do on this one besides blurring the logo because we're going to have some glare at night. So if I use part of the building to mask it out, it's just going to look weird. So what you can do is duplicate your layer. Nope, not the effect. Duplicate the layer. And what you can do is just create a mask around the logo. Okay. And then usually what I do is Gaussian blur. A little bit Gaussian blur. Okay. And then just play with the blurriness. Something that looks kind of nice. The thing is, what I hate about this is you already know what the logo says, so you kind of like, it feels like you already know what it is, but this is way enough, and this is going to be acceptable on marketplaces. And same thing, F for feather, and then the 5 pixel. So it's not the best looking way to do it, but if you can at least sell it on marketplace that do not accept editorial content this way, it works. It works too. Another way that works sometimes is to use texture. texture. So what I can do, I can try to do it on this little PWC right there. So you duplicate the layer. I'm going to select, like, for example, I'm going to select like this brown area. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm going to select like the same texture that where the logo is, and then you simply select your mask and just move it over. You know what I mean? So here it looks weird because it feels like the top brown part. You know what? One other way to do it is actually to select like the part right here. There you go. Okay, and then move it on top of it. There you go, it looks better already. So I still have the P to fix, but what you can do is like duplicate the layer, and either you do a mask on the left or you just use the same mask, and voila, it looks pretty much fixed. But it works if it works well during the day. You have to be careful during the night because of the glare. So if I go at night with the same logo, as you can see, it's not really working because the glare is going outside the logo. So it works during the day. That's an option. Oops, no, that's way too much feather right now. Maybe 1%. There you go, that's better. It's pretty much invisible now. But it doesn't work again during the night. So right now, if you have a day time lapse, it works fine. Night, there's the glare. That's how I do it. So see, you have the blur, and then you have a couple of ways to do it if you do a texture and if you do a blurry frames or whatever. But in any cases, do something that looks presentable, because you don't want like a huge blur on your time lapse. Here you can do the same with this one. This one doesn't have a big glow, so maybe I can just select like this part right there. Okay, and then just move it over. Hey, it's not that bad. There's a little bit of glow, but you can just move it, make it a little bigger maybe, and just do a full feather. Maybe 5 pixels. No, way too much. 2%, 2 pixels. 2 pixels is too much, so 1 pixel. 1 pixel feather. It's not that bad. It works. Just need to adjust it a little bit, but I'd rather do texture when I can instead of blurry, because blur doesn't look always good. I use edge blending option in content-aware blur logos. Yeah, I tried this too. It doesn't work all the time, so I'd rather do it manually. I feel like it kind of worked faster, but yeah, it's another way to do it. The content-aware fill. Also, I feel like content-aware fill not working much with time lapses. Anyway, you guys know to understand everything, how you do it. There you go, it looks pretty good. And during the day, it's like completely gone. It's like using texture. It's really new. It's like really easy to use texture when it comes to buildings. Depends where the logo is located, I guess. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream right here. Still 27 people, 28 now. Sorry for people who just joined us. I've been recording for 2 hours and a half now. Thank you for everyone joining me today. It was my first live on YouTube. Just let me know in the comments of this live if you want me to do more of those or more live. I feel like it's pretty fun. It's nice to talk with you guys. It was really nice. I'm going to post this video in public. It's going to be public on my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch it again. And that's it, guys. If you want to learn more about all this cleaning and how I shoot my time lapses, I have all my classes on my website. Link in the description and the comments below. And I think I'm going to go now, so I'm going to give you maybe a minute because I know there's a big delay. say goodbye if you guys want to say goodbye. But thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on Instagram, YouTube, and anywhere else. So stay home and stay safe. It was nice to talk to you and hope we can talk again in the future. So do not go out unless you need to get booze and food. That's important. Yeah, let's do some more in the furthest. Thanks, Emeric. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate the love. Send some love back. Thank you so much. Good night, good day, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Over.